Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Arkansas RC Newbie, and on today's episode I am pleased to bring to you a whole new build that we are fixing to start. But first of all, we're going to start just with the chassis. This is the AMK Carbon Fiber Gen 3 LCG Chassis. I got this thing on Amazon. It just came in today. The plans are to build this up, show you guys what all it comes with. This is going to be one of the new competition crawlers that's going to be featured on Arkansas RC Newbie. And not only that, but also on today's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of everybody's favorite segment, a little bit of mail time. Who knows, there might be some stuff in here that's going to be going on this chassis build. So guys, without further ado, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Alright guys, well here it is. I'm super excited about this. You know, for the longest time I've been saving up money and contemplating if I should get a new crawler. I was kind of looking at the Team Associated Element. They were running some pretty good deals on those here recently. I was wondering if I should get a new crawler, you know, about $300-400 worth, and kind of show you guys a whole new build, kind of like I did with the RGT, with you know, getting it from the box, ready to run, or just adding a battery and taking it to a competition and running that thing and just seeing how it does, and then over time upgrading. And then I was like, you know what? I've always wanted one of these chassis. I've always wanted a carbon fiber chassis, just something I could build off of. Everybody said, look, get the RGT, forget the chassis rails on that thing, get a whole new LCG cheater rig and build off of that. You get everything from your RGT, swap it over. But I love the RGT. That's my main comp rig. I don't want to mess with that thing anymore at this moment. So next best thing, man, was to save up, get a whole bunch of extra parts for me getting into on some Mailtime here in a little bit, and over time let you guys watch my build and then eventually take this thing out to the crawling course. So it comes with the two rails here, carbon fiber, and these things are a little bit beefier than I thought. I mean, they are light and it kind of seems good quality, and what I liked is the finish work. Like, everything has been sanded down, so there's no like sharp edges or anything like that. But 72 grams for the entire set here when everything's put together, and that's the idea, is to put all this stuff together today. One of the selling points with this kit, let's see if we can find it. Okay, so this here is your servo mount, right? And the very cool thing, like the RGTs was plastic. I had to get that one swapped over with some, I don't know, some axial parts. I had to buy that were aluminum. This here, once the rail goes through, this is your pan-hard bar mount. So once it comes from your axle up here, you have two different mounting options, and that's directly on the servo as well. So I thought that was so cool to actually have that mount there and not have one of those little like triangular dills sticking off at the edge here for your pan-hard bar to kind of push against. That right there was probably the biggest selling point for me. Let's see here. We've got the battery tray, okay, and this thing right here kind of gets a little bit of knocks. One of the reviews that I read was the guy was kind of hating on it because it had to be zip tied. Not a real big deal for me. Again, we're going to be building this thing up, so having the ability to kind of maybe cut this down. I run some really like light batteries, but having the ability to kind of cut this down or just move it wherever I want to, not really a big deal. It didn't come, I thought it was supposed to come with some Velcro straps, but no Velcro straps with this at all. But that's the battery tray. Then we have got the gearbox plate. This thing is probably the beefiest part. I thought it was going to be a little more slimline. This might be something that I buy that's aftermarket. I do plan on kind of looking at maybe like an SCX 10.3, the whole new generation. I'm kind of looking at doing that kind of build with it. I've got some axles on order, so make sure you guys turn notifications on if you guys are interested in seeing what exactly I've got as far as the axles are concerned. Those are in the mail. But this guy here, hopefully it mounts a Stealth X gearbox, because I'm a huge fan of that. I just might have to order that guy again. Now another interesting thing is we actually have got some sliders here. I thought there were supposed to be 3 of them. These are some rock sliders. I'm not sure how I feel about these guys because they're like supposed to stick out, I don't know, it looks like an inch or half an inch from the bottom of the rail there, or the side of the rail. So I'm not sure how I feel about these just yet. We'll have to definitely get some crawling in with this thing when we get the whole kit built up. But it did come with those, so I'm definitely going to be installing those as well. I'm not too sure just yet on how all this is going to go together. But man, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's get all this stuff built up. Again, 80 bucks. You guys check the affiliate link in the description below. I'm super stoked about it. Let me get some pictures so I can kind of cross-reference a little bit. We'll get this guy built up, and then we're going to do a little bit of mail time, guys. All right, everyone, got done building it. Now, man, I had to refer back and forth to the pictures on the Amazon site because there's no instructions with this at all. Something that kind of drove me nuts was every single bolt is a different size, it seems like. So that was another thing I didn't really know if I was doing it right or wrong. That kind of drives me nuts a little bit, especially when it came to the front bumper area. One of the negatives is just you don't really know what's all going to fit. You can start counting stuff out, but who knows how long that's going to take. But pretty much just process of elimination. I think I got it figured out pretty good. There's a few negatives. Now, one of the negatives I see right off the bat is going to be this front bumper. I love that's integrated and I think it looks really cool. I'm just not too sure on how I'm going to mount a winch. I don't ever run a servo winch. Everybody's servo winches that they run out there seems like they get caught up. There's not really a mounting spot for it on here. I guess I could take that bumper off and kind of modify it, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about not having a regular worn winch on this thing, but actually a servo winch. Do you think a servo winch is going to be better? Not too sure. So that's a negative. The other negative is the aluminum that they've used here is just really cheap. I stripped this back one out on both sides, so I am worried. I don't know. I doubt that it's threaded all the way through, but what I'll probably do later on is I'm going to unscrew every single one of these, get me some new bolts. I've got that. I've got a little bolt collection going on. I'm going to put me some Loctite on there, and I'm going to get some longer ones and just bolt them in there because these here are super easy to strip, and there's 3 of them all the way throughout the chassis. But man, all in all, I'm very happy with the just the overall feel. It does feel really tight. A little disappointed in the my chassis mounted servo mount. I'm a little disappointed in that, and the reason why is because the only thing that keeps this servo mount in place, you can see there, right? There's a little hollowed spot out, and the same on the other side. It just basically is recessed. It just sits inside there and it snaps in there, and the only thing keeping it together are these aluminum rods that I'm not a big fan of because, like I said, they're stripping out already. So one fall, one big hit, something like that. I'm curious if this starts to pull out and this gets stripped out, then who's to say that that servo doesn't just kind of go dangling and hanging. It does have a bunch of different spots for the tuning of your shocks, a bunch of different shock mounts, so that is very cool. I'm a big fan of that. I love that. And the RGT, again, my main crawling comp truck, I've had to do a lot of modifying on it, but I love all the different mounting options, and these sliders, man, that's kind of one of the coolest thing, the rock sliders. I really like these. I was thinking, man, they're going to be big and gawky and I'm going to have to take them off. But one of the cool things is when we get axles and wheels on this, there are so many different mounting positions on this chassis down here on the bottom parts of the rails. We can move this thing forward, backwards, we can lower it, we can raise it. So I think that's going to come into play big time. A little disappointed that it didn't come with any type of straps for a battery, nor did it come with any zip ties. And I guess where this is supposed to go, if you guys see this little cutout here on the rail, that's supposed to sit over the top like so, and that's where your battery's supposed to go. And of course your gearbox and everything else. But all in all, I'm happy with the LCG Gen 3 Carbon Fiber Chassis by AMK. It's going to be my new build. So make sure you guys turn notifications on. 80 bucks. Again, 72 grams total. End to end at 783 millimeters. 73 millimeters wide. And then we've got, I guess, from the bottom all the way up to the highest point, which is going to be up here, is going to be right at 65 millimeters high. And this thing is intended for a wheelbase of 313 or 288. I'm looking at a 313 for this guy. That might be on another Mailtime coming up, showing you guys my axles. But all right, guys, so that was the chassis. Now, set that guy to the back. Let's do a little bit of everybody's favorite segment, a little bit of Mailtime. First thing we got, I can tell you right now, this right here was heck of a deal my dad found. $27, guys. And we will be putting affiliate links in the description below for all of this stuff. 27 bucks. Oh yeah, there they are. They are the GoldBat LiPo batteries. These are 1500 high density 3S 11.1 volt batteries, guys. 100C soft case with an XT60 LiPo. Would you look at that? That's what I'm talking about. Here I am talking about not having battery straps. These things come with them. Very cool. $27 for the whole set, or for both of them, the pair basically. Dude, those aren't bad. 1500 milliamp, 100C, 3S. We're going to be running this sucker on the 3S from here on out. Well, whenever we get all of it going, that is. We've got the XT60 plug on there. I've always been a big fan of Dean's, but XT60, and these are 130 grams. They're definitely heavier than my 2S LiPo batteries, but that is okay. Hopefully with this new chassis, we'll be running this guy slow and low and not having to worry about weight as far as being up high. But oh, that's going to fit perfect right there. Check that out. All right, so that fits just about perfect. We'll have to strap that guy in later. So that was the little bitty part of Mailtime. I still got another package over there. If you guys are enjoying this episode, man, please hit that like button, subscribe if you ain't a part of the channel. All right, next piece of mail. Let's see what we got. This one, I have a feeling, is going to be for this crawler as well. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, there it is. You guys ready for this? Oh, yeah, buddy. The Quicrun Fusion SE brushless system for the crawler. It's the 2-in-1 1800 kilovolt, 80 bucks. Also got this on Amazon, guys. As I said, 1800 kilovolt. They had another option. I think it was a 1200. A couple guys out in the course use these, and this one here apparently is supposed to just have some great control. But it's a 2-in-1, man. ESC and motor combo kit. I'm curious if this will work with, I know this will take a, you have to have a program card with it, which is about 18 bucks. I didn't get that, but I'm curious. If you guys know, let me know. I've got another Hobbywing Quicrun. I'm curious if that that program card will actually work with this. But all right, guys. Well, that was a little bit of Mailtime. Again, man, check those affiliate links in the description below if you're interested in any of this stuff. Definitely helps the channel out. Helps me out. But that's what we got going on with the LCG chassis. That's the things that can be installed with it. So we got the motor and ESC combo, and we've also got the batteries for you. But all right, guys, well, I'm the Arkansas RC newbie. I appreciate you guys watching so much. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We will see you on the next episode.